could all of these lawyers be gaining by preventing me from having access to my company and seeing records and events, and by increasing my expenses to the point of having no money left to defend myself? Could not having any money left to defend myself prevent me from getting a lawyer to represent me against my legal malpractice claims? Would failing to continue my fight against these events possibly allow the lawyers to get away with possibly criminal assistance and shareholder oppression? Something that could possibly get them disbarred and criminal charges filed? And what about every other lawyer who suppressed my knowledge that I still owned the company, and the agreement was void both on my revoking it in 2015 and after 1 year of no action? Did all these lawyers participate in protecting Bergman and Zucker and their protecting of Brady and possibly Frankfurt from revealing Brady and Frankfurt's assistance to the possible illegal activity of Johnston in regards to Accenture? Does aiding and abetting by all of these lawyers and the hiding of those lawyers who assisted in shareholder oppression and the creation of contracts to do the same, and their assisting and aiding of Johnston's shareholder oppression and possibly thefts, also breach law, the laws that all lawyers are sworn to uphold and protect? Is that why I've been so very abused and threatened? Because I know the truth and will fight? After being forced to file lawsuits against Bergman and Zucker for lack of finding a lawyer and to stay within the 2-year statute of limitations for negligence, I was forced to file the lawsuits on my own, a term the legals call pro se. I continued to search for a lawyer to represent me until I called lawyer number 12, who, when she found out that Bergman was a mediator, proceeded to tell me that no one would ever represent me, as that would be legal suicide, as these people are very powerful, can harm those who go against Bergman, and can block avenues which I believe to mean could threaten other legals, including judges, convince the police, district attorney, FBI, Texas Rangers, and all, to not pursue my case. I just couldn't believe that anyone was too high to fall, and that these great agencies would cover and cower to Bergman and his group. To this date, both judges denied my objection to summary judgment against Bergman and Zucker, thus sending me to appeals court so that I continue my fight against this horrendous abuse, and I have not heard back from any of the agencies except for the Texas State Bar, who dismissed my claim, a claim against their current sitting chair of the Texas State Bar on ADR. You can see my documents. And with everything spelled out to events, the collusion to protect Brady and Frankfurt and their possible criminal actions seems even more legit. Keep in mind this can happen to you, and may already have. Please support my cause to reveal the events that occurred and donate so I may continue my fight against the abuse that occurred at the 2015 mediation, and allow me to bring all to justice so that these events cannot happen to you or others. We need to force boundaries to protect us, the public. Through donations and support, we can send a message to the justice system that the public will no longer take this abuse, a system created to protect the weak. Unlimited power without recourse, and those who protect this slowly degrades the justice system to a feudal system of might over right. You must fight or lose everything our ancestors fought and died for to protect our freedoms, and whose lives are continually sacrificed for those same freedoms that we enjoy. Now for more interesting events. And then after all of this, my divorce was delayed from finalizing in November of 2016 until May 2017 for no really good reason. What that did do was buy time to allow another possible way to protect the lawyers and mediator against liability. And how? Judge Warner finalized the divorce in May with what appeared at that time leaving me my right to continue my fight against the agreement in Johnston. However, I was told by Jameson that with the filing of the divorce decree, my claims were closed. He went so far as to send a letter to Judge Warnick asking for my claims to be reopened. And Jameson told me that she denied this. All this time, the agreement was revoked by me without further need for litigation, according to several other lawyers, whom I inquired about the remedy code being missing, and also revoked for not being acted upon for a year. Why give the appearance that my claims were in some sort of limbo, requiring a mandamus, which I found out that mandamus was researched by Jameson and Steele in December after the 2016 mediation, a time of awareness of my claims against Johnston. Rather than waiting after Judge Warner closed my case for the divorce in May, when the confusion of filing my claims appeared to start, they had already researched mandamus. Were they preparing in December for what they already knew would happen 5 months later? Jameson then told me that since my claims were locked into the divorce filing, my claims are not finalized, so that the negligence claims against Bohr and Zucker and Bergman would toll, meaning that I had longer than 2 years to file for negligence claims, since my claims against the agreement were not satisfied to ensure full knowledge of the negligence and monetary loss. I felt as if I were being persuaded to wait to file claims for malpractice and negligence after the 2-year statute of limitations. Yet my claims were finalized when I revoked the agreement, and when the contract was not acted upon in 1 year. Jamison refused to file legal malpractice negligence claims against Borer, Zucker, and Bergman. Turns out that Bergman is friends with Jamison and has been for some time. So the circle is complete, so that Bergman and all were protected as I spent an enormous amount of money in unnecessary litigation. Without any representation, I filed lawsuits against Zucker and Borer and against Edward Trey Bergman and the Bergman ADR Group. Look at the documentation to see the full causes, cause numbers, and courts, including the original divorce petition cause with causes against Johnston in 2015 and current cause against Johnston since I finally found a good person for a lawyer. By the grace of God and my life focused on learning as much as possible, I was able to keep up with writing my own pleadings while still searching for a lawyer to represent me. Fortunately, lawyer number 12 told me that no one would ever represent me, as that would be legal suicide, as discussed earlier. And such a statement proved true until November of 2018, when I found attorney Cheryl Jahani, also an ordained minister. Even with Jahani, I was summary judged out and claims dismissed, forcing me into appeals for both cases. But why and what happened is even more interesting on circumstances around the judge's dismissals. Please continue reading so that you can protect yourself and those you know from a similar situation. Join me in fighting against this abuse. Please support me with donations, information, and assistance, and email me at support@smanow.org.